Hello.
What up with it?
Morning. We are live, gentlemen. We are live.
Who's me?
Where you at? I don't know.
Probably is
I
me.
don't know who it is. I don't know who that is. But welcome.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome. How's everybody doing?
Doing well. Blessed, man. Blessed. How you gentlemen doing today? This wonderful morning.
Doing great. Got a lot going on right now. My grandbaby running around the house driving me crazy.
That's good. That's why you had the grandbabies, right?
Yeah. So I can hype them up and send them back to their parents.
Y'all
old. I ain't old. I
Oh,
just started.
no, not really old. But that's what I'm doing.
Wait a minute. I think I'm the youngest one here. I think. Hold on.
Okay. You need to knock it off. What's going on, guys? You been in the market today? Come in.
This morning, looking at it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying in the Telegram, for everyone out there that's in our members Telegram, we're seeing some drawdown, which is expected. There's movement today. Let me actually go. I want to show y'all something real quick. Let me go to.
You hear that feedback?
Huh?
You got some feedback. I don't know if that's Go Getter over there. He got
It might be.
It ain't me, sir. Not this time.
Let me.
I have to say not this time because I know it's been me a few times.
I'm trying to find the screen, Camille. I don't see it.
It's going to be on our page. For some reason, StreamYard's not letting us stream directly to the group anymore. So I guess they changed something with the settings. So
it's not on YouTube either. So it's on Trade with Special K page on Facebook?
Yeah.
Why is it not on YouTube?
Well, it's streaming because you have to cut it and then publish it to YouTube, I believe. But
yes.
It'll go live. I was watching you guys live through YouTube yesterday. That's how I shared it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hold on, I'll be right back.
So, well, anyway, I just want to go real quick. Let me do a quick screen share on the forex.com so I can kind of talk about real quick what we were talking about yesterday. Let me make sure you actually see the right screen. Yes, you do. All right, so forexfactory.com is where you get a lot of financial data, global data, world data. So you'll get it for all the different countries, all the different currencies. What I usually do is I put the currencies I want to look at. Like, actually, let me put the euro, let me put the yen. And this is all the data that you'll get for, whatever week, day by day, and it'll tell you when the data is going to come out. So a lot of traders actually look at this because it kind of tells us, when there could be some movement in the market. So this is, let me actually close this out, click apply. So this is all the news that's coming out today. And like I said, it gives you the time. You can actually open these folders also, and it'll give you information on that news. So you actually know what you're looking at for each of the countries. Let me go ahead and scroll out of here. So you get all the news, all the data, all that good stuff. But what I want to show you is, let's go back to Monday and show you why there's that drawdown. I think Monday, yeah. So the U.S. dollar, no news. Great British Pound, bank holiday, right? So there's a few things that could happen throughout the week. Is the market could be moving in a certain way based on anticipation of news coming out later in the week. And that fluctuation could be anything. That fluctuation could be, the market shooting up. That fluctuation could be the market shooting down. But it's just certain things you just don't know. You just got to kind of watch the market and kind of see how it's going to react. So Monday, there's no data. Tuesday, no data. There's a lot of people when there's a lot of data and when there's big data, that's when they really like to trade because that's when the market's really going to be volatile and it's really going to move. Let's look at yesterday, only Wednesday. There's bank holiday, so there's really no data also. Because you got to
Hey,
think
Camille,
the US dollar. Yeah.
there's definitely some background noise being picked up.
Let me see.
There you go. It's clear now. Yeah, now I can hear you.
Okay, good. Let me actually turn up the mic too. Hello. You hear me now? So So you look at that, there's no data. So essentially, if you're going to trade on these days, you're relying strictly on your skill set and price action. And you're also taking into account the data that's coming the second half of the week, right? So today, Euro's still holiday. So obviously, if there's the banks are closed in Europe, obviously you're not trading the euro, or you shouldn't trade the euro. Let me put it like that. If you notice, I only have high impact news and bank holidays on mine. These are like kind of medium news things that'll affect the market. But for me, I just look at things that I know that are going to heavily affect the market. Then let me close this out again right here. Then I'm going to show you the actual data. So GBP had good data today, meaning that it had a good amount of data, 7 a.m. my time. Then you got the US data came out at 8:30. So I'm going to show you this on the chart. So if it's red, it's bad for the currency. If it's green, it's good for the currency. So what this is saying is they forecasted. What is going on? Oh, we got people. We got peeps. Morning, everyone. Morning. I like this. So this is the forecast. This is what the people that supposedly know what they're doing. They're forecasting the data to come out as. This is the previous month. So they're forecasting it to 2012 jobs, and last month it was 209,000. So it actually came in at 231, right? So you can actually look here, click on the folder real quick. Why traders care gives you the impact. So number of individuals filled out unemployment insurance. Get all that noise. I'm about to mute y'all out, man. So, all right. So, where was I at? The first time doing it, usual effects, actual, if it's less than forecast, it's for currency, right? So as we can see right here, it was actually way higher than forecast. So that means a lot more people filed unemployment claims, which ain't good, right? So I mean, there's more people out of work. So I mean, it's not good for the currency. So this happened 8:30 a.m. Let me actually show you something real quick. Let's go to the US dollar. I showed you guys this a little bit yesterday. Let's go to the US dollar. Let's go to the one. And there it is right there. I can already see where it is, how it dropped. Actually, we're right up in here. Let me come in a little. And actually, let me go down to a much lower time frame and let me zoom so you can actually see the impact. So, US dollar. And I'm a horizontal line. Like I always say, don't worry about what it is. Don't try to look too deep into, what all this stuff means. Just look at the direction and look at the candles. So if the market's dropping on my chart, the candles are red, obviously. A little bit, you can see it. So the news came in, not good for the US dollar, and look what happened to the US dollar. So let's say, for example, you were in the market right here, and let's say you were trading, I'm interested to see what gold looks like. So if you see the dollar drop, let's go look at what gold looks like real quick. We're going to let's go to all. And like I tell you, the secret of the sauce. just for the secret of the sauce. Dollar drop, gold usually goes up. Dollar goes up, gold usually goes down. So we see what happened to gold, shot up. So that's why this data is important, and why the last 3 or 4 days you kind of saw where there was no real movement in the market. There was no real big, not real movement, but that's why you see the drawdown and different things like that. So I'm pretty excited to see in the PAMM the report that's going to come out about 4 or 5 p.m. our time, because we get a list of every trade. We get a list of our profit and loss so we can see what's going on in our accounts, right? So that's pretty important, pretty key. Another area you can go to is go look at investing. And you notice the first thing, you don't got to read too deep in there, everything, just kind of see what's going on, right? Things that interest you, right? So other thing on investing.com is you can look at other, if you don't knock it off, page, but you can actually look at other countries. So this is a good place to go, just to kind of save a thumbnail, saving your computers, your phones. I believe they also have an app, so you can actually have the app. You can kind of set up whatever you need, alert wise, like I. But you can see what's going on. Okay, so the key thing is, I talked about before, stocks. For example, I'm going to show you all this, and we're going to open up here. Let's go back to the dollar. See the dollar's dropping, right? And what's the first thing you see when you go back here? U.S. stocks lower after we see. So if you're in the stock market, stocks, okay, you probably get a little bit of hit depending on what you're in. But being a day trader in for data, I'm gonna just hop in the market, knowing this day, it's not a good day for the U.S. economy or the U.S. dollar. Or if you just own some stocks, you're gonna lose some money today. So the best thing you can do is just buy up more at a lower price, to kind of short position, because in the markets, it's always going to go up. It's always going to go down. So if something goes down 20%, rest assured it's going to come up 30. Something goes up 30%, rest assured it's going, at some point, it's going to come down, 40% or whatever. So that's why I like the currency market, the Forex market, because I can take advantage of whether it's a good or a bad economy. And I can take advantage of those things, whether I'm trading, the euro, the British pound, the yen, the US dollar. I can take advantage of what's going on in those economies once I have the skill set and the knowledge. So I think I'm gonna stop sharing now. Let's see how my brothers is doing. Mr. Wiggins, you keep disappearing on me, man.
Hey, well, because man, you got all that money. Can we get some better internet? I mean, oh man, I'm like, but I do want to ask you, because at the end of the day, right? I'm trying to, everybody know me. I keep it, hey, I'm a marketer. I've been marketing all my life, and learning from you and being educated about the market, because it's great, that we're making money utilizing our hands-free trading and the safe trading, but at the same time, I got friends that's making crazy money, but obviously they're traders and they're aggressive like yourself.
Right.
What for me? How do I start? Like, that was always, I don't know, Chris, if you the same way, because I tap in with people and I'm watching, and again, being in this space, in the crypto space, and a lot of my friends trade, and they say, come through. I go to their office, man, I'm lost because it's just these crazy charts. But there got to be, is there like I don't know, for me, I think, is there like do you just focus on one thing at one time, or because there's so much, you talk about and gas, and I mean, one of my partners was talking about he trades rice. I'm like, what you talking about?
Commodities.
So I mean, if you could, kind of, I mean, look, I'm from the hood. I want to be treated like I'm from the hood, dumb, don't know nothing. And from there, I think a lot of people can relate to what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Well, what it boils down to is like kind of what we have now. So like going to the site and getting into the fundamentals, so you learn the basics, right? So what I essentially teach, like if you notice, let me share my screen again because I want it's important. Even though I trade and I've been trading, I follow my own training because obviously I got it from mentors, right?
Right.
So let me share my screen because I want everyone to see what I actually trade and only thing I do trade. So people make the bad choice of, let me actually move to a different list. People make the bad choice of, let's go with this one. People make the bad choice of trying to be master traders and trying to trade all this stuff, right? I tell people like the currencies and the indices and whatever you're trading, whatever it is, it's like going on a date, right? So you know the person you're on the date with, you got to talk, you got to start learning each other's habits, that type of thing. So if I go back to my actual list that I actually trade off of, if I can find it, there it is. It's like these are just telling me what's going on with that country's currency. The only indice I really mess with is NOS 100.
Okay, indice.
But if you look, I'm only looking at indice, yeah. NOS 100.
Can you hear me, Camille?
Yeah, yeah.
Indice. What does that mean?
Basically, some sort of like an index. So
look. I'm gonna be the headache on I'm gonna be the headache, right? Because I represent all the dumb people. The minute you say indice, I'm off the game again, right? I mean, if anyone, I know we got a lot of people watching. If maybe you've been trying to tap in on trade. If you agree with me, let me know. Like James, I'm rolling with you. I'm dumb like James, right? Because my mentors told me, get a bunch of smart people around you and you can be extremely wealthy, right? So this is the time I've had a lot of smart people around me. So I've been able to do okay. Mm-hmm. This is the time I'm trying to be smart, right? So when you say indices, I mean, like, what does that mean? Because I was rolling with you, then you said indices, I got lost again. Don't kill me. Chris, you with me, Chris, or what? Or is
let me try to find this real quick so I can show you. Where is it at?
Oh yeah, Kenneth. Yeah, we have a flex play, Kenneth. We have a PAMM that's averaging. I think last month what we did 16.5% daily compound, right? Over the last 8 months, we're up over 80% with our hands-free PAMM. But we're trying to get in this market with Camille, and it's only $100 right now, still the minimum to get inside of the PAMM regulated broker the whole nine. We've been me and Chris right here been sweating Camille to educate us because we're tired of him going in the market for 20 minutes and saying he's done for the week. I'm just tired of
it. He go grab his bag and run.
I'm tired of it.
I'm tired of it, man. I'm tired.
All right. So NOS 100 is.
Hey, Chris.
Let's take that one for example. Let's take NOS 100 for example. Right. Okay. So NOS 100 is the 100 kind of gives it away, right? So NOS 100 is the top 100 stocks on the stock exchange, right? So essentially, you're in currency market, but you're trading stocks, right? So what I was looking for is I have a site where I can actually show you all the stocks. US 30, for example, that's the top 30 stocks. Mostly tech, heavy tech stocks, right?
Okay.
Reason why the news, a NOS 100 or a gold or a US 30, it's dangerous because the jokers move fast. It's big movement. There, say if you had like small retracement in like a Euro USD currency pair. Well, if you're in a US 30 or NOS 100, that retracement could be 60, 70 pips, you know what I mean? Or points. I don't want to confuse nobody. So, you know what I mean? So essentially when you're trading indice, you're trading stocks essentially, but you're trading like a bundle. So say somebody brand new to investing, they don't know what stock to buy or something like that. Typically what they're told is go and get an index or index fund or your 401k. That's essentially what those guys do. You can go buy like the S&P 500, for example, and get the top 500 stocks. It's been, I think, 10 to 12% for the last 40, 50 years a year, right? So it's safe. But those are all stocks bundled into one, right? So it's more of a lighter way to do it. So if you look, let me just show you. Hopefully you guys still see my screen. Yeah, you do. Good. I'm actually go to US 30 so I can show you what I mean by the danger of it. Because it's high risk, high reward, but US 30 will make you respect it if you don't. Dow Jones, is the NASDAQ, right? So let's say this, for example, this is on the 5-minute. Obviously, I'm going to give you guys this sauce of why US 30 popped up like this. Yeah, okay, yeah. Dollar drop, right? So let's go to NOS real quick. And essentially not the same thing. It pumped.
Camille.
But this is actually value. Now these, when the market's always going to do. Mr. Wicked.
Camille, don't get mad at me. You're breaking up. Camille,
breaking up.
Market's always.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you've been breaking up.
Am I? I'm sorry.
We love you though. We love you.
I'm clear now. I'm clear now.
Chris, can you borrow your internet?
What'd you say, James?
Can you borrow some of your internet?
Anytime.
In my head. Living in the woods. You guys hear me good?
I was gonna say you still hear a little static in the background when you talk.
Okay, let me close out some of this stuff. All these screens.
You're taking up too much bandwidth. You got 1,000 browsers open on there.
Man, you have no idea. That's on one screen.
The house is too big.
Never.
Hey, you remember American? Oh, I'm dating myself, but you remember the dial-up? You ain't got no dial-up over there, right? You ain't on no American Online.
No, I ain't got no dial-up, man.
Oh, look.
Ain't no AOL. Ain't no AOL over here.
They don't know AOL, right? And they're gonna turn around and play the Atari 2600.
Camille, he was just calling us old. Look at it.
Oh my God.
What you know about dial-up?
I learned that from you.
Oh, okay.
Let me turn that up. All right, cool. You guys hear me better now. Let me do this. So the market's always. Just draw this out.
You just got bad service right now because you just totally died out. We see your lips.
Yeah,
we don't hear.
Camille, it's bad, brother.
I ain't talking right now, man. I ain't talking.
We saw your lips moving and no sound coming.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, we should be good now. All right, we're gonna take care of that.
Okay.
All right. So, market's always gonna go up, always gonna go down, always gonna go up, always gonna go down. Where we at? Where's it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? There it is. So this right here is called a retracement. That's basically the market pulling back, right? And essentially those are entry opportunities, right? So this is what I mean by retracement. So if you get in this trade here and you don't get out, you're expecting it to keep going up like it's doing. I'm going to show you how big a retracement this is. This is 63 points here, just on that retracement. So that's why it's dangerous trading or drawdown. In case you guys want to know that are in the PAMM, what is drawdown? What does it look like? It looks like, let's say you entered. Do this. Where's a good area here?
We bounced back pretty good yesterday, though, right? We're at, what, a little under 3% now?
Sure
Yeah,
did.
yeah, we bounced back real good.
We got a whole bunch of trades open right now too, so today should end out pretty well. But let's say we did do this. Let's say we entered here.
Right.
Let's say no. Good area. Let's say we entered here.
Now, when you say enter here, Camille,
This right here.
Camille, can you hear me?
Enter a trade.
Okay, enter a trade.
Yeah.
Because I'm just trying to translate for all of, because there's a lot of people that's coming in that don't understand nothing. So I just
Which is perfect.
They don't understand Chris Hack.
Now they're gonna get
same thing. They don't.
Now they're gonna get it the right way. So let's say you entered in on this trade right here on this big candle. What drawdown is, let's say this trade opened here, started to go up, or actually it ended here. So say you entered a sell, so you're expecting the price to drop. This area here is drawdown. It means the trade is going against you for a certain level of time, a certain area or whatever. And if you're in the trade and the trade's going your way, for example, this move here, and say you're staying in it and you're expecting it to go, up here somewhere. This is a retracement, but also can be the drawdown. So what always happens is price goes up, price goes down. Where the skill comes in is being able to look at this, zoom in out, and being able to see here in the past and see where did price come to, and go the other direction, right? So we see price coming here, down here. So I see this right here. So automatically you can put it on here. Let me just delete some of these real quick. Because price came down here, came up, kind of stepped and got pushed back down, then broke through and make the move, right? But where did price retrace it? Right back to, exactly to. So we can do this, just so you guys can see it better. And then let me put another one right here, just so you can see the correlation in it. So we see price came down, came back up here, came back down, shot and broke through this area. But like a magnet, this area pulled price right back down to it. So that's your drawdown. So if you're looking at a trade and you're looking at certain areas, you can actually see where the possible drawdown is once you get the skill set to be able to just see it. And that's me just looking at it. Now I'm just going to show you real quick that we can get a dialogue how I actually train people to see this. This is called price action. You can literally make a crap ton of money just price action, right? So I'm going to show you how I train people to do it. What I have them do is I have them almost a coloring book, right? So let me change this up so it's a brighter color. Let's make the line a little bit thicker. And I just have them go from wick to wick and just draw it. You can actually see it a lot clearer with these lines. This is kind of what I had Mr. Wiggins Jr. doing the other night. And this is how you just practice, because what it's doing while you're doing this, you don't even know you're doing it, but it's training your eyes chart and see what's going on. So let me turn that off. So let's open it up here. And let me show you something powerful. Let's go here. So wherever there's, this area here. So we're going to put here. And what these are just areas where price reacted. Because if you can find the areas where price reacted, you can find entries anywhere. So it reacted in all these areas. So as you see, price came down, came up here, reacted, came back down to this area. Because typically what I would do is I would get this box in here. I'm going to draw a big box because this is a key area. I know that for a fact, right? That's just me looking at this. I haven't marked this chart up at all. So you see price shoot up here. So what I'm now too is I'm going to put a horizontal up here because this is the highest point. And this is the lowest point, essentially. This area. It's a key area, right? Then, as you can see, where it reacted at, price came here. My guess, looking at the formation of the candles, is we're going to consolidate for a little bit because it's 9:30 my time. And that's typically around the time that price is going to do that. And then around 10, between 11, you may or may not see another big move, right? But I see price shooting up because the direction is going. So when I say follow the banks, what that means is you're going on a higher time frame, zooming out. Let me turn this off. Turn this off. That's why everybody needs a trading view account. And we're just going to zoom it out. So you can see what the banks are doing. So obviously from this area here, the banks are wanting to push it up. And the banks are faking out all the retail people because all their stop losses and they're losing money. I'm not going to go too deep into this because this ain't the free section. This knowledge here. So, but I will say this. The banks are putting a crap ton of money right here. I'm going to just tell you. I'm going to show you. I'm not going to go into it.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't give them too much sauce, Mr. Saucy.
It's hard, man. I love this. But
I know.
The banks is putting their money right here. Putting their money right here. And what's happening as they put their money in market shooting, they're pushing it up. So there's other traders out there. Remember this key though. For every time somebody wants to buy something, there has to be somebody on the other end selling. Right? And that's how banks rob you and they make billions of dollars. Because they know most retail traders are trading with emotion. So as they're seeing this come down, they're gonna put in another order for a sell. And then right before it hits their take profit, guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna put some cash in there and it's gonna drive the market back up. So that's
I was gonna say, don't give them too much. You're gonna fry their brain. You give them too much at once, you gonna
just money, man.
Look at James.
It's just money, man.
James looking like that's too much information at one time.
He got smoke coming out the ears and that.
I feel like Cat Williams. Man, no. That's some good stuff. That's some good stuff, man. I mean,
it is.
But coming out of banking, I understand a lot in terms of securities and in the back end of banking and the manipulation that's done. Especially when I was in the mortgage industry and when I got a little heavier inside the mortgage industry, and then I started making money on the back end, the service end. That's what really, really opened my eyes to what really is going on, right? Because we just sit back and we just let them tell us what it is, and that's what it is. And in fact, that's not what it is, And when I was really thinking about it, and this goes back to 2005, 6, 7, and 8, where I thought everybody was rich. I mean, we literally were doing probably 70, 80 subprime loans a month. with my mortgage companies. And but I would sit back and I would wonder, like, I would look at these people's profiles and wonder how are they lending and why are they lending on these people's profiles? You know, people with 560 FICOs, you knew they weren't going to pay the mortgages. You knew this stuff, and I was trying to put this into, you know, get this to make sense to me, right? And then when I got a little further, you know, start dealing more with bankers and private banking and all that, and start learning, you know, what the back end looked like and how the manipulation really goes down. And when you sign that and that goes into trade and how that works and how the movement goes, it really opened my eyes to understand really what's out there, right? Because in fact, growing up, you know, $600 a month, you know, I'm grateful for my life and what I've experienced, but no one ever told me about trading and the power of credit and any of this stuff, right? So when we're talking to the typical person and we're telling them, listen, you know, the bank, you know, they're like, you're getting less than 1% a year, and then we have opportunities at getting people 15% a month, compounding daily and all these different things, and they're like, oh, that's a scam and that. And it's so sad because the scam is what's in your mind, right? And the biggest risk to me is not doing anything. That's the biggest risk, right? You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, watching, you know, learning now and being, I'll be honest, being interested in learning what you've been able to do over the last 7-8 years and educating my son. I mean, my son now educating me on trading because of you. And that's where, you know, it's just exciting to watch. Look at these, you know, because I'm telling you, man, y'all know me. I'm like, my head got hurting, but I know I got to go through this process because I want to be different. I want to be the difference. I want to be able to tell my grandbabies, show them how to trade, even though my sons will be, and my daughter already, I mean, my you know, Cameron, 12 years old, can break down crypto better than most quote unquote crypto professionals, you know, but that's my crypto world, right? But again, just watching this and being part of this and actually, I think I'm gonna be more of an advocate for the person that is afraid of it because I can relate to them and their fear. I think we all can relate, but I can relate more because I'm still picking this stuff up. So you did a great job. I wasn't trying to interrupt you. I was more so really just trying to dummy your knowledge down to somebody like me, right? So during the calls, I mean, hey, I'll be doing this during the call, so you know, don't get mad at me. About 6'5", the other dude over there about 6'5". You know, I'm a whole 5'4". No, but no, I'm excited, man, and I think a lot of people that's watching is excited about what's going on. And the last thing, Camille, I definitely want to ask you, and I don't know how tied you are to the housing market and to what's really going on in the housing market, but I see a big fear because literally people, I mean, first of all, middle class, I was just reading a report, middle class is now $90,000 a year.
Right.
And that's a minimum middle class. We're talking $190,000 a year. If you're not making $190,000 a year, you are considered down here, right? And it makes sense when you look at inflation, you're looking at growth. I mean, damn. I mean, I was at the grocery store. See, like, and I'm the grocery shopper because my wife, she'll just go buy a whole chicken, $39.99 a pound. You know what I'm saying? I said, look, I'll do that. You know what I'm saying? Right. I'm bringing it in, and you know, the wife still ain't respecting it, right? So I'm going to over here, get this deal. I go over here, get this deal. But I'm still realizing how expensive it is. And honestly, it's almost cheaper to eat out when you're looking at these groceries now. You know what I'm saying? Even though eating out, I don't recommend. But how do you really look at the economy right now? You look at the inflation, and how does that kind of correlate with the trading and everything that is going on? That's one of the things that I've been really trying
Mhm.
to key in. Do you see it just continuing to rise? Do you see,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
in the
yeah.
housing market?
Yeah.
Um,
Because you look
and
at,
that's
I was talking to somebody the other day where they're telling me how they have a client with like a paper client, and the banks won't touch them. I'm talking about 700 credit score. I think dude makes some crazy amount of like 30, 40 grand a month or something like that. And can't go to walk in his bank and get a loan. And my first response to that was, oh, it's official. When the banks start saying no, when you a paper, when they're not putting out the money, they're not lending the money,
right,
the people they, typically that's like a slam dunk, right?
Yeah.
right.
So you see it with like the inflation, and that's why I always tell people like, just sending your money in the bank, you are losing money every day. We just saw, for example, the dollar that I just showed everybody. Whatever money you had in your savings account, it lost money today. And I showed yesterday how the dollar's been dropping since September 2022.
Yep.
So if it's just sitting in the bank and they paying you 0.045, every day your money sits in the bank due to inflation and how the market and how the economy is, the dollar, you're losing value every day that it just sits in the bank. So if your money's not working, you know what I mean? That's why the PAMM is so powerful. Because you can literally sit a chunk of change over here that, we haven't had no negative months. So if we're averaging 14, 15%, you're not gonna get that from a bank. So instead of just letting your money sit, whether it's $100, whether it's $1,000, whatever it is, if you're going out busting your tail to make that $1,000, I just come up with a theory that your money got to be working twice as hard as you do. You know what I mean? So it's about taking those principles, like even from the wealthy, whatever you got in your bank account, taking those principles and applying it to what you got so you can scale it up over time. You know what I mean? And not having the false, that conception that, okay, I can throw $100 in this or $100 in that, and I can live off them thousands in about a week. That ain't happening. It's a process. You know what I mean? Because once you have that knowledge and that skill set, you can essentially create your own bank. You can, make your own money, besides, and what that is called, you're leveraging your income. You're leveraging a percent of your income, which one of these days I'm gonna break down some
This right
money.
here,
Uh-huh.
this is these are my credit cards.
Let me borrow the ones on the right.
And no,
Let me
I'm
borrow the
just
ones
going to
on the
show
left.
you. And let me explain something to you.
Uh-huh.
There is only two that have balances, right?
Mm. Mm.
And this is what we got to really teach people,
Right.
because at the end of the day, credit.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't taught about credit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, and we use our money to live. We use
Yep.
our money to invest. We use our money to do every single thing, when in fact the wealthy never uses their own money.
Never use their money.
No.
Right.
And I remember, when I ran my credit for the first time, my last name, I'm a junior. And my credit, when I ran it for the last time, for the first time was a 500 FICO, right? So, and again, I didn't even know what a FICO was, right? So,
right.
so what we're doing, and with our business funding platform, and really helping
Mm-hmm.
entrepreneur get business funding and educating them through this process and other processes,
Right.
I really think we can impact, because most people are traditionally going to the Wells Fargo or the Bank of America. They don't know about the other lending channels out there, and the importance of good credit. You know what I'm saying? So somebody just put in a comment, they're also taking credit away from people for no apparent reason. My sister has a 780 FICO score. Chase dropped her credit line for 25K to 10K
Yep.
with no reason.
Yep, I've heard that multiple. They did that same thing with my dad. Chase is a big one that does it. And just to let you know, Chase is the #1 trader in the globally. Just I want to let you know that. I put that list in one of our chats. Chase was up there at the top.
Wow.
So they make a ton of money off your money. But I've been hearing that too. Because they're looking at their books. You know what I mean? So it's very, very important with all the stuff we're bringing. These are all things that once you figure out the philosophy, and I mean, honestly, people think people get lucky, get rich, and the people that keep the riches. Because I think in order to learn to keep the riches, you got to lose some of it.
Yeah.
Or a lot of it.
Multiple
times. Multiple times, right?
I tell people all the time, man. You know, people like, wow, man, da 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 da. I'm like, listen here, man. I don't care about. I mean, when I was 20, and you know, I'm only 24 now, but when I was 20 and 21 and 22, yeah, I wanted the Bentleys and the man, but now it's just really leverage and time, guys. You know, I think the biggest asset is time. Listening to my son, especially listening to him, and now how excited he is to be in this space trading. Even though, yeah, he's a college student, but he's like, Dad, as I'm in college, I'm living on my own. I really am appreciating the fact that you was there every single day. And I didn't even realize that until now, right? Never. I mean, I haven't worked since I was 22, a job, you know, and not knocking the job, obviously, absolutely not. But being able to learn from some of these people to leverage my money to keep me where I can be home. There's no dollar amount that could compare to that, because at the end of the day, we know two things, right? We're gonna stay the same skin. Well, maybe not. Some people get transplants, but anyway, same skin. But you're definitely gonna die, right? So at the end of the day, we look at the short term that you hear, and you don't have time to do anything. And that's what I take. And the reason why I'm saying that I take that out, that's what I take the most out of what we're learning from you, is giving, you know, people the opportunity. Now, remember, they gotta want it.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's our problem too. Coming from where we come from, we try to push it down people's throats, and they think we're leveraging from it because this is what God put us here for. You know what I'm saying? They think, you know, like right now, you're doing this from the kindness of your heart.
Yeah.
But you also know you leaving a legacy, and that legacy could be a vocal legacy. You know what I'm saying? People that you will never know, never meet, never talk to. Even people telling me, man, Camille has changed my life in this aspect or from this aspect. You know what I'm saying? So to be able to really understand why it's important to not get into debt, right? And I remember the funniest thing, my first mentor, the owner of LA Fitness, he made me buy a Mont Blanc, you know, the ink pen. I was 19 years old, right? 19 years old. Oh, I got the mushroom coffee still on deck, Kenneth. I got you, bro. Kenneth, right? So 19 years old, and he made me go buy this Mont Blanc ink pen. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with Mont Blanc, but I think at that time, that ink pen was $700 that I bought. I was a general manager of a health club. You know, I was making good money, but $700, bro, I ain't never seen no ink pen that cost more than $5 at this time. And he was my mentor, so I bought it because he told me my whole check. I'll never forget it, and lost the damn pen in like 2 weeks. But anyway, then he made me go buy a Range Rover. He's like, look, image, right? But then I remember one time we was having a conversation, and I was like, why are you really, like, literally forcing us to as managers of a health club, get these nice cars, get this, get that. Now it is good to have those things. Those things do make you feel good and
Right.
you know, make you want to go work harder. But he told me straight up to get you in debt. He told me that because he knew I couldn't go anywhere. I was making over $10,000 a month at 19 years old at LA Fitness. I know people they believe it now, but they thought I was selling drugs. Like, how you got this working at a gym? They had no idea what kind of money we made, right? But his goal was to get me in debt where my bills was almost what my check was. And I remember working there 17 hours, 16 hours, man, and I remember quitting because I couldn't take it no more. I remember I said, you know what? If this is what life is, I'm good.
I'm good, right? Yep.
I quit, and trust me, hiding stuff. So hey, it's all good. They knocking on the door. Hey James, I'm here for this. I'm here for that. And I remember it was the funniest thing. I had jewelry. You know, you remember Daniel's jewelry back then? You go lease you some jewelry or whatever. And I remember walking, and this dude was like, James, right? And I turned around, and he's like, hey, I'm from Daniel.
Repo man.
Anyway, I'm saying all that to say debt is necessary, obviously, to make money. But when you get to a point where you understand time freedom and why it's important to learn this stuff so you can have your time, so you can live your short-term life. You know, I just buried my father-in-law just like that. You know what I'm saying? My mom just got diagnosed with cancer, just like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have a lot of time here. So, so the time you do have, you want to enjoy it. And that's what I wanted to say, wrapping around why I feel it's important that people stop with the stinking thinking, stop with listening to all their broke friends and family members. Stop listening to all your broke friends and family members. Stop listening to all your broke friends and family members. Stop listening to all your. I don't never ask an opinion if somebody ain't never done it. I never got that. Right? I never got that. So when you do that and you start to expand on what you really want, what you're really going after, and you connect with people like yourself and Chris, things become real. And that's what I want to say. You know what I'm saying? So this is not a ploy to get you to trade. This is a ploy to get you to understand that
live. Yeah.
Because if I didn't come out that box, you know, my goal, I told you what my goal was at 17, to have an apartment without roaches and a Honda Civic EX. I said, I want that by the time I'm 19 years old, and I was 15 when I said that. So, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, I know I went on a rant. I don't know if it's the coffee.
No,
it's probably the coffee.
Because that really sets the mindset. People to think, like I was saying before, like people just get the wealth. One, people don't see the work behind the scenes to get that wealth and the knowledge and the fall downs and, falling, getting it, losing it. But the other side of it too, you got to understand it's a skill set. It ain't luck. It's a skill set. You learn from falling down. You learn, okay, we ain't doing this no more. What's the right avenue, the right way to do this? So it's almost like a system of wealthy people, because I actually sat back a while back and just listened to a whole bunch of wealthy people on podcasts and different things. And you started to hear, after a while, you start to hear almost the same thing said a different way of how they got it. Same thing said a different way how they got it. So that let me know it ain't no accident. They just know something the masses don't know.
Correct.
Yeah.
And they're willing to do some things that the masses aren't willing to do. Because think about the way we show people the compound calculator for 2 to 3 years. Today, it seemed like a long time. The 2 to 3 years is going to come whether you in the PAMM or not.
That part.
You know what I mean? Whether you're doing it or not, it's going to come.
That
you know
part.
what I mean? And typically, to turn your life around, it's going to take a year, 2 years. You know what I mean? So think about where you be now.
The funny thing about that, like, I've leveraged crypto. I've been doing it since 2014. So people tell me, this, Like, look, bro, compounding money is real. Ain't nobody making that up. Ain't nobody making that up. That's real. And to be able to, like my son now, he had a group of his friends over because, you know, he home from college. And he broke it all down to them. And he showed them $100 in this PAMM, as long as it's maintained at 15%, compounded. And he didn't even factor in daily, he factored in monthly. Well, in 36 months, and you still ain't graduated from college, you would be over 180 grand, bro. So you're talking $100. You're talking you've only put in $3,700 over 3 years. Power of compound interest. But
at your own pace too. That's the thing too. Yep.
So when somebody that look like you tell you it's a scam.
All the
but
time.
Somebody that came from where you came from that really want to put you up on game, it's a scam. But when you go talk to these people that don't know you, don't care about you, ain't gonna come to your funeral, ain't gonna come to the cookout. Oh yeah, it's real. Man, crazy. Anyway.
Right. No, that's real. That's real.
Well, you know, Jordan's live tonight. So, you know, if you're watching this later on, my son, he started a movement called Dorm Room Billionaires. And he's in college, he goes to GCU, and he's been with Uncle Camille and Uncle Chris, and now he's like, Dad, I wanna retire before I have to get hired. And he's like, Dad, I'm ready to go. So he started a movement called Dorm Room Billionaires. And they'll be live tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And college kids and, you know, the youth, you know, learning this trade. And so it's a blessing. It's a blessing.
Yep. Make sure you get your youth on there. That's the best time. One of my mentors was telling me that is that if I would have had the discipline and knew what I knew now at 19, 20 years old, man.
Game over.
Man. You know what I mean? So, and also on the 18th, we are doing our Forex Mastery. Doing it.
I'll put that link in the chat.
Yeah, go ahead and put that in there. So make sure you register. It will not be live streamed.
I don't even know what it is.
You gotta show up.
Forex Mastery. And I set it up. Forex Mastery. What is it?
Forex Mastery event. Yeah, forexmasteryevent.com. So make sure you register for that. We're gonna be digging in on there too. Yeah, so just realize we're here. We're giving out the goods. You just got to show up and do your part. That's really it. So.
This is fire, man. I thank you for inviting me on. I know, you know, y'all said I can come on every now and then. So thank you.
Ain't that a mess?
But yeah, I definitely want to drop some crypto nuggets. I got some people that's going to be coming on that want to drop some crypto nuggets.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
People definitely love crypto, learning about crypto as well. So we'll be dropping some crypto nuggets on here too. So
just to touch on the Forex Mastery event, I actually put the link in there because it's not going to be live streamed. That way they can register to get in. So the link is in the chat.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, so just make sure you register. That way, I'll probably be checking that today to see kind of where we're at. So there's only a certain number of seats that are actually going to be available. So you want to make sure you get that. It's on the 18th at 10 a.m. 18th at 10 a.m. And we typically are going live. We're going to be here Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. We're just going to talk to you, get you some education, open up your mind a little bit and get your mind set on the right path. So that way when you do, because you're going to do it. When you do go talk to your broke friends and family members, because you're going to do
it. And a lot of them going to say it's a scam, but you're going to find them ones that want to do it.
Yeah.
You know?
Because what cures that word or that phrase of saying that, they're saying it like that because they're not educated on it.
Yep.
I know we got 30 seconds, but I will say this. I remember when everybody was saying I was a scam artist because I was telling people to buy Bitcoin.
Yep.
Buy Bitcoin. Not everybody, but all, you know who. You know, I ain't gonna buy Bitcoin. That's it. It ain't based on nothing. It ain't nothing. What is a dollar based on? It ain't da 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 da. And then they call me later like, James.
I got people doing that right
brother,
now.
I believed in you. I said, man, you the main one talking about it on my post, talking about it's a scam.
Yep. I got people doing that right now. Told me it was a scam when I introduced something, and now they want to call me up because they see, you know, that we thriving on everything.
Yeah.
It's not a scam. You know what I'm saying? You just got to change your mindset. Like you said, where we come from, everybody thinks that, you know, all this is a scam and all that is a scam. It's a mindset. You know, we weren't taught these things as youth. So
for me, a scam is just living miserable, man. Living miserable your whole life and then just passing away. That don't make no sense to me. So
yeah, I ain't trying to do that. I'm trying to live
so
life.
let's
and
plug
have kids,
in.
live life easy. Yeah.
Yeah, so everybody just plug in, stay involved, stay open in the groups where we put in little nuggets and things like that. And I'll see you guys all tonight at 7 a.m. for Dorm Real Billionaires. You definitely want to hop on there. I got to say,
7 p.m. 7 p.m.
Yeah,
9 a.m.
Mr. Wiggins Jr. is probably one of the best students I've had. He picks it up quick.
Yeah, he
Real
does.
quick.
Yeah,
He
great
picked it
young
up
man.
quick. You know what I mean? I wish I had that when I started out, boy. Man, it took me about 6 months to find. I don't know.
Hey,
don't tell her I said that. Get me shot. All right. Love you,
right.
brother.
You too, brother. Love you too.
have a good
All right.
day.
Have a great day, everyone. We'll see you in the morning.
Bye-bye.